Hello, welcome to the 𝐶𝐞𝐥𝐻 channel. This is a live stream. This is my second live stream on this channel. So if anyone shows up, I'm going to be interacting with them throughout the video, but I am going to pull through a collective message to start off the video just to give time for people to come in if they want. I've already pre-shuffled, and I'm actually going to start off with some oracle cards from the Arc, Animal Tarot, and Oracle deck by Bernadette King, and I got the Rat. And in this oracle deck, the Rat is described as being misunderstood and having a bad PR team, right? You know, people think rats and they think deceptivity, or people who would turn on you or, trade you in for a small amount of change, But in this case, it's highlighting the fact that rats are, well, just look at the words on the bottom. Reproduction, agility, shrewd choices. They're resourceful, right? They can survive in really harsh environments. They can tuck themselves away in really tight places. And when things are hard, they're the survivors, right? They, no wonder they're still around and why they're so prolific. How they, like it says, reproduction. They're able to reproduce rapidly, right? Because they can make the best out of their circumstances and the resources that they have. So there's this idea of being in kind of a tough spot, but also being able to take stock of everything around you and kind of take on this rat energy, right? It's actually mentioned in the description. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but mentioned that the rat is the first animal in the Chinese zodiac. So it is about this like pioneering spirit as well. It's the beginning, right? It's, gathering up all the resources, taking stock of everything that you have, being grateful for it, and being able to move forward and do awesome things. So it's that kind of a rat vibe, not a bad rat vibe. We also had on the pre-shuffle for archetypes the fault line, and it actually fell out with the forest. So what I'm getting here is there seems to be this like breaking apart. There's like a clearing happening within the forest, right? There's this, maybe you've been in this forest for a long time. You've been just like really in survival mode and having to be like the rat and be very resourceful, but now it's like this thing, this really valuable thing here at the center, this emerald, I like to call it, is like breaking through, right? It's like breaking out of the ground, and this really valuable thing is beginning to reveal itself. And this energy has been coming through for a while now. We also have, I'm using the Arc Animal Tarot. So we have the Warthog for the Two of Cups. There's this idea of union, right? You can see at the bottom it says perfect harmony, sacred union, mutual attraction. Yeah, so it's this idea of like what you're searching for is searching for you as well. And underneath that we have this lucky creature here, the rabbit. Seven of Pentacles, all about investments. And on the bottom here we have reaping what is sown, constancy and perspective. Yeah. Rabbits are very in tune with their environment, right? They might seem a bit aloof when you're looking at them, but they're very fast and aware of their surroundings most of the time. So we will dig deeper, but for this message I am connecting to the energy of Mercury. It is Wednesday, Woden's Day, Odin's Day. Odin is associated with Mercury. So yeah, it's a little bit of a journey to get there, but if we look at the actual position of the sky, you can see I got the date set to December 10th. It is about 5:51. It is 5:51 where I am right now. So this is real time where the planets are in the actual sky if we were to look at them with our eyes or telescopes or whatever at this very moment. And Mercury is no longer retrograde as of the beginning of December, and it is just now about to exit Libra again and go back into Scorpio. So if we look at the True Sky chart, no shade to any of the other astrology systems. This is just the one that I particularly like. It uses the actual sizes of the constellations, so you can see they're all a little bit different sizes to reflect the actual sizes that they are in the sky. But Mercury is here, and its little ticker is right there at the very edge of Libra in the 5th house. So there's this idea of communicating beauty, harmony, justice, communication with relationships, right? 2 of Cups. Balance, and doing it in a creative way, 5th house, in a passionate way, in a way that feel good, right? It's this playful energy, this childlike energy in the 5th house. It's the Leo energy of expression. So yeah, double expression coming through, one from the intellectual mercurial side and then the other from the passionate Leonide side of creativity and love. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with here, the energy, and I would say that there's definitely this acknowledgement of a difficult time with the rat coming through, but it's also, the rat was seen as, by the Native Americans, an omen of a good sign. They were also very tapped into their environment, so like it said on ships, if they felt that they would get premonitions and leave ships, and then the ships that the rats would evacuate, when they would go out to sea, they would sink. So it's like they knew, they were tapped in, they could feel something was off, and then they would leave. So they're very psychic too, very in tune with their environment. Okay, so let's get a saying to kick this off. I'm just going to randomize here. Spirit, please give us the most relevant saying for this message coming through. Thank you very much. Don't judge a man until you've walked in his boots. Yes. So, this is another, right, we're kind of making this shape right now. So what we have so far on this journey is that this is a difficult period of life. We're having to be very resourceful, but also we can sense that the environment is changing, right? This fault line, this breakthrough energy. There's some kind of unification coming about. You might actually be meeting a new person, or this is a unification within the self of your different faculties, your different personalities inside of you. And then now we have this other angle here of, it's like maybe this new person that's coming in, or this aspect of yourself that you've been very critical towards, which is kind of funny because it says until you've walked in their boots. Let's not go down that route right now. Let's just assume there is somebody new coming in, romantic or otherwise, business, platonic, whatever, a friend. It's like, maybe at first you might think they are a bit like, like a rat, like in a negative sense. You might think you don't approve of the things that they do or the things that they have done, but this is saying, judge not lest you be judged yourselves, right? Give them a chance, because you might find out more information about why they had to do the things that they did. So that's very interesting. Let's get a figure to go a little deeper. A baby. Wow. Baby, yes. Are some of you having kids? A new child? Is this the unity? Are you uniting with your child? This also, babies obviously just represent the new, right? Because babies are the newest form of a human, the freshest form of a human, right? So it's this energy of something new coming in, once again. A new person. In this case, it is literally a person, like a completely new person. If you're not having a child or expecting one, maybe somebody around you is, or you could be partnering with somebody who this is the beginning of a journey for them. They are like a baby on this new journey, however it is that you guys are connected, through a job or through a project or through hobby, something like that. It's like this person is a novice, right? They're a baby in this field, in this particular thing. That seems to be what's coming through here. And I just want to point this out before I get too far off, but I keep getting this card from the Mushroom Oracle deck that I have, 𝕆𝐞𝐸 Alignment, the number 8. Like, seriously, it's crazy how much. This is like, I don't know, this is probably like the 5th time this card has ended up on the bottom of this deck after I've shuffled it. So, alignment is very important right now. And community, you see how many of those mushrooms there are? So once again, it's like it's this idea of aligning with another person, or maybe even a group. With this, there's a lot of mushrooms here. Maybe even a group of 8 people, potentially. Who knows? Okay. Let's get some nouns, and then I will pull some cards. I'm going to reduce these to just 3. Alright, Spirit, please give us the most relevant words for this message so that we may go a little deeper. Thank you very much. Wrench Cake's dress. This is giving me a very weird image of like a person wearing a dress and holding a wrench and like trying to fix a cake, like almost like the cake has this like mechanical aspect to it, and they're like sticking the wrench into the layer of cake and like turning. Really weird. Oh, hello, welcome to the live stream. I am just in the very beginning of this, just doing like a collective message to start it off, and then towards the end, if anybody's still around, I'll pull some cards for them if they have any questions. So right now I'm just kind of in the middle of the collective message. But yeah, thanks for showing up. Yeah, so let's go a little deeper on this wrench cake dress situation we got going on here. This is giving me the feeling that somebody might come into your life and appear to be like, I don't know, it's like they're fancy and they just want to celebrate, like with this cake and the dress, right? It's like they want to dress up and live this very fancy life and have these nice cakes. But there's also, oh, Dolphin, hey, Cup Night card, Knight of Cups, yeah, shout out to the channel. Let's see, Joy, True Romance, Trickster. Yeah, it's this trickster energy. What's showing up here? Wrench, cake, stress. It's like this person appears to be very fancy and they enjoy like really fine things in life, but they're also like an ace mechanic or something that you would not expect. It's like the unexpected, right? That's kind of the vibe of the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, King of Cups. They're very like playful energy that they just kind of throw you off, right? Yeah, so that's interesting. And so far, so the only thing that's come through in the collective message so far is that there's like a new person coming in, and there's this potential to misjudge them at first, because the saying we got to kick this off was, "Don't judge a man until you've walked in his boots," and it could be a woman also. Don't you know, but yeah, so. But definitely this heavy energy of like a new person coming in, and also of difficult times and having to be very resourceful with this rat card we got coming through, which is not being resourceful in using your environment, the things that are around you, being grateful for them, putting them to their best use so that you may survive this difficult period. But yeah, so there's definitely someone new coming in. This Knight of Cups. Seems like they might be bringing in some interesting energies with them, some unexpected things. That's why you have to not judge them right off the bat and dig a little bit deeper and see what they're about. Because it's like their appearance, something about the way they look or the way that you feel about them at first is not correct. It's like there's more to them than what meets the eye, right? Okay, let me grab just 2 more here. And on the bottom we have the octopus and the King of Cups coming through. You can see there, I actually can't read that from the calm, clarity, control over emotions, self-compassion. Yeah, so it seems like is very emotionally stable. And also a bit of a trickster, right? Octopuses are, and even on the dolphin card, it literally says trickster. But octopuses are very like, they're camouflage experts. They can change colors. They're very intelligent, and they have 8 arms, right? The number 8 coming through again, like this card. The 𝕆𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚 mushrooms. But yeah, so this person is emotionally intelligent and probably like intellectually intelligent as well. We are connecting with the energy of Mercury for this reading, so let's see. We got Chimpanzee, 2 of Pentacles. Yeah. So this came out in the last reading I did, and for this particular, you can see it says balance, go with the flow, fun. So it's this idea of playfulness again. Dolphin, chimpanzee, 2 really playful creatures. So this person is going to bring in a lot of like lightheartedness and playfulness and just unexpected things. It's like they can get dressed up to go eat good time and party, but they can also like crawl underneath the car to fix, you know, an oil leak or something, you know. Like it's like that kind of energy. A very balanced person. Yeah. And then we also have Lion, which is the strength card in this deck. Yeah, so Leo coming through strong here. Mind over matter, love wins, majesty. Yeah, so once again, this person is a very strong individual and very heavy. Okay. I think that's good for the collective message. I mean, really, it is just like this idea of difficult times, having to be resourceful, but there seems to be this new energy coming in, whether it's a person or, I don't know, something unexpected that really kind of brings passion and play back into things. This is the 5th house energy, right? Mercury is in the 5th house. That is Leo. You can see here's the Leo glyph. It's green. There's 5th house. It's green. It's because they match. But yeah, and then also with Mercury being in Libra, Libra is all about relationships. It's about how you relate to the other, whether that be a thing or a person or a group or whatever, just the things outside of you, how the relationship between them. So, yeah. Let me get... I feel like we understand this person pretty good. They're quite a character. So I don't feel like I need to get any clarity about them specifically, but Oh, that reminds me. Sorry. On the bottom of my Tree of Life Oracle deck, we had 𝕊𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚 come through, which is the Sephiroth of knowledge on the Tree of Life. You can see it's associated with the planet Pluto, and it's a very beautiful card. This Janus-like figure with the 2 heads there is holding a key, and the keyhole is at the throat, right? So it's almost like this alignment of 2 people, right? Because you can see we have 2 heads, but they're like coming together as one. And it's like, you can see that both arms are holding the key. So it's like this alignment is producing this key, which somehow unlocks your ability to communicate. Which makes sense, because we are connecting with the energy of Mercury for this collective message here. But yeah, I love this card. At the bottom, you can see it says Abyss, Secrets, Lessons Yet to be Realized. Yeah, so it's like, it's almost like you connecting with this very playful energy, whether this be an actual physical person that comes into your life or just an aspect of yourself that you're getting to know. It's going to unlock things that you don't even know about yourself. Right? Very powerful things. Pluto is a very powerful celestial object in our solar system. A lot to do with secrets in the unknown and hidden power structures. So yeah. Okay. Let me just grab some verbs and then I'll close out the collective message, and I will be open to pulling some cards for anyone who's still around. So let me reduce these to just 3. Spirit, please provide us with the best verbal, action-oriented advice for this message. Thank you very much. Plan, request, live. Wow. That was very straightforward. Here, I am going to pull some cards just to go along with these, but I mean, this is obvious what the advice is here. For one, it's this idea of inhabiting the rat in its positive form, right? Of planning, of looking at the things around you, seeing what resources you have available to you, taking stock of those things, planning, right? And then if you need help, if you need to make requests, do it. And don't be afraid to live even in difficult times. Don't be afraid to have fun, despite, you know, how things may feel or look on the outside right now. It's going to get better is kind of the energy that's coming through. Something is breaking through, right? The fault line. But we have to be patient, and we have to just accept things as they are, because there's lessons in them, right? You have to be paying attention. And, you know, don't be afraid to make a plan to request help if you need it. Or maybe this request is even like a job application, or I don't know, it could be anything, any kind of request that might assist you in your current living situation, whatever your life is looking right now. But also be sure to make time for fun and play and joy. Alright, so let's see. Just gonna get 3 here. Yeah, we have the white peacock 9 of Pentacles on the bottom here. It's a very beautiful bird. And then the words on the bottom says heaven on earth, independence, expansive thinking. Yeah. So planning kind of does that, right? It allows us to enter this like 9 of Pentacles energy, where it's like this feeling very abundant, and maybe even making a list of things that you have around you just to like be aware of them. Maybe it might be hard for you to think of things, but if you sit down and try to write them out, it might be easier to be like, oh, these are all the things I have that are great in my life that I can be thankful for, and makes me feel, you know, very like assured with myself, and like I actually have quite a lot to be grateful for at this period of my life. Even though there are some difficult things going on, there's still all these other great things as well, right? This is also a card of like very independent resourcefulness, right? The 9 of Pentacles. So that is good to see. You're aware of that on some level. We have the Knight of Pentacles, Wolf, reputation, reliability, results. Yeah, so more Pentacle energy coming through, very grounded energy coming out. So this is the, you know, take it slow and steady, and really be aware of your environment, because wolves, I mean, well, they're pack animals, right? So it's this idea of connecting with other people again, and just being aware of how that might ground you, how other people can help ground you into your current circumstances. We have the 8 of Wands, Dragonfly, optimism, speed, standing still. So yeah, this is interesting that it says standing still on this card, and it actually shows the Dragonfly in a restful state, because the 8 of Wands is typically seen as like one of the fastest moving energetic cards in the tarot, right? It's like traditionally on the Rider-Waite-Smith depiction, it's like these wands flying through the air, right? And this is quite a different interpretation of the energy. It's almost like it's not the kinetic form of the energy, it's the potential form of it. It's like all of that built up energy is there, just like kind of resting and ready to just like zip off. I mean, dragonflies are so fast. You see them just like zipping all over the place when you encounter one, right? So the potential is always there, but it's like, once again, this idea of kind of going slow and steady, Knight of Pentacles, and really taking in the environment and everything around you. And then finally we have Firefly, 6 of Wands, shining your inner light, moment of glory. Yeah, so there's victory in this. There's victory in this like planning, looking around you, seeing what resources are available, sharing your light with people, letting them truly see you for what you are, you know, shining like a firefly. Yeah. This is great. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna stop the collective message here, so if anyone is still around and you have any questions you'd like me to pull some cards on, I'd be glad to dig into that for you a little bit. Let's see. I found that I actually really like pulling Bible verses from this random generator. They seem to be very relevant a lot of times, so I am just going to grab one of these while I'm waiting to see if anybody has any questions. Let me reduce it to just one. Alright, Spirit, what message from the wisdom of the Bible do we need to hear right now? Okay. So we have Romans 1:16, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power of God unto salvation to everyone that believeth." Yeah, okay. So this is cool. Once again, I mean, this is the firefly energy, right? And Christ, in the Bible, he was a very community-oriented person. He would go and sit with anyone, with, you know, like the drunkards, the prostitutes, the addicts, people suffering, and he would just be there with them, you know. He was just like, here I am, this is who I am, you know, very like heart-centered kind of approach to other people, like despite how they may seem on the outside, right? It's this idea of like, don't judge a book by its cover again. How they may seem on the outside, there's actually more to them than what appears on the surface. So yeah, I love this. This is perfect to go along with this message. And it's interesting that they're calling the gospel of Christ, so the story, the lessons of Christ, is the power of God. And I mean, most people know, you know, maybe not everyone, but if you don't know, then the gospel of Christ basically boils down to love everyone, no matter what. Your enemies, your neighbors, all of it. Because they are all reflections of you, and you are a reflection of them, you know, completely intertwined. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The golden rule, right? That's, to me, that is like essential Christ teaching, is don't do horrible things to other people, because when you do that, you're doing it to yourself, right? It's this idea of karma too, because energy, what goes around comes around, right? It's that energy you put out is going to come back to you in some form or fashion. It's not always obvious, you know, and it might not even be right away. It might take a couple of years or even decades, who knows, but it's like, you know, you reap what you sow, right? I guess what I can do while I'm waiting here is just see. Looks like I only have one viewer right now, but so I'll close this out this way. I'm just going to read the description for 𝕊𝕚𝕚𝕚 on the Tree of Life from the guidebook. It's the Tree of Life Oracle by David Wells. I love these cards. They're so amazingly done. Oh, look at that. We have double Pluto. There's Pluto again, coming through with the Judgment Aeon card, 31st Path. This one says, fortitude, renewal, truth revealed. Yeah, something is breaking through to the surface, right? I was saying that in the beginning of this reading, but interesting that so much Pluto energy is coming out, because Pluto is like very deep, powerful energy. Alright, so let's see. Dot. Get past it. Yep, here it is. The unnumbered sphere. Oh, I just saw. Yeah, go ahead and ask a question if you're still around. I'm just going to read this really quick while you're typing it out, and then I'll get to you. Okay, so there is no number for da'at on the Tree of Life. It's often depicted as a dotted circle. Is it Eden after the fall, or waiting for true knowledge to return? The planet here is Pluto, lord of the underworld and keeper of secrets. The main figure is a two-faced god. He is the key, the opener of gateways. He is endings and beginnings, past and future, above and below, mistakes and triumphs, Eden before and after the fall. The guidance here. What's thrown into the abyss will stay in it until it's needed again, no matter how long that takes. What have you discarded? What knowledge do you hold that has yet to be implemented? Have you forgotten a great idea or left a plan? There's plan. A plan to fester rather than take it forward. Why? You may feel as if your own knowledge is not appreciated by those who focus on trends, fashion, and clever marketing ploys that have razzmatazz but no true depth. Perhaps you feel as if you're in the abyss looking out. This is a place of secrets, yours and the ones you keep for others. Whether they should be revealed is a question you may be asking, only you can decide. You're on the edge of reinventing yourself, repurposing an old idea, making a breakthrough that uses all the experience you've gained from your mistakes as well as your successes. It may be time to use your own errors to help others avoid making the same ones on their journey, mentoring or guiding perhaps. To activate this, we live in a world where data never seems to go away. In the data in your mind, on your laptop, or in a dusty old book, some treasure, some forgotten idea is waiting for you. Seek it out. Yes. So I love that. It's once again, it's like Pluto, right? Pluto is kind of, it was considered to be a planet, and then they didn't consider it to be a planet. Now they consider it to be like a small planetoid. It's just this thing that is kind of like, it was accepted, it was rejected, it was redefined. It's that energy, and it's going along with that plan, the word that came through right here, right? Plan. It seems like you may have made plans in the past about something that you could have forgotten about. So maybe go back through your notes if you keep notes, or your journals, however you write things down, and review and see if there's something there you forgot about. But okay. Alright, I am getting to your question now. Thanks for being patient. Let's see. Is my soulmate the one I am manifesting between 32 to 42 years old? Thanks. So, I will tell you this before I pull some cards. I have found that tarot is not very forthcoming on specifics. If I am given anything that I hear or sense that confirms this, I will let you know as I'm shuffling and pulling cards. But the cards I pull will most likely generally describe the energy of a person and not necessarily confirm their age. But I will ask, and we'll see what comes out. So, for Synthesized Souls Official, the soulmate they have been trying to manifest, this person they have been calling into their lives, are they between 32 and 42 years old? If we may know this, please give us a very clear answer, a very straightforward yes or no. An ace would be desirable. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, if this is a very strong yes. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see. Oh, interesting. We have the Wolf, Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, so this came, you saw, I'm sure. I think you were here during that part of the reading, but this came out for the collective portion of the reading. So I believe the message I was pulling through is tied to this person that you are interested in bringing into your life. Now, it did not give me an ace like I was asking for the, like the strongest yes we could possibly get. But we do have the cow, the Empress, on the bottom as well. Abundance, creativity, fertility. So we have the Empress and the Knight of Pentacles paired together, which does indicate to me that yes, someone is coming in. However, like I said, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be between 32 and 42. But whoever this is, they have a good reputation, they're reliable, and they are dependable. Slow and steady, right? Knight of Pentacles. They may even be pretty solo. Wolf energy, right? I know I said like wolves are pack animals, they are, but also there's like this, I'm feeling this idea of like the alpha wolf coming through with this card, because it's showing a single wolf, right? Yeah, no, that's okay. And thank you, yeah, I love these cards. Is there anything else about this person you'd like to know? Like I said, the specifics can sometimes, like, Spirit is just not always willing to give up specifics. I get more generalities about things. Energy, right? Because energy can express itself in an infinite number of ways. So the way that it chooses to materialize in your life, yeah, it's dependent on a lot of things. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I could ask if this person you are asking about is the soulmate you are trying to manifest. Because a lot of times we might think somebody is that special person for us, and maybe it's someone else who hasn't even come in yet, right? Alright, so is this Knight of Pentacles a new person or someone already known? Oh. The cards are really not wanting to jump out today, so I'm just going to pull one and we'll see. Oh! I believe this is going to be a new person, because we have the Ace of Cups. The beginning of the Suit of Cups. And you can see at the bottom, it's pure joy, true fulfillment, divine inspiration, right? To me, this is a card of the heart, so this is a fantastic card to see for an inquiry about a relationship or a soulmate. So, yeah, I mean, it seems to me that this is a new person coming in. Yeah, and on the bottom we have the polar bear, the star. Right? So, and before we had the Empress with the Knight of Pentacles. So this person is, whoever this is, very highly creative with all of this water, star, Empress energy. It says healing, hope, gifts from the Great Spirit on the bottom of this star card. So this person might bring a lot of emotional healing along with them as well. Do you want to grab some nouns just to see what will come through? Let's see. Spirit, what can we know? What else can we know about this new person? Let's see. Square, bird, treatment. Interesting. Square, bird, treatment. When will I meet this new person? Timing is another very difficult thing with tarot, because timing ultimately, it depending on how you want to look at it, I think a great way to look at timing with energy is about alignment, which is, you can see on the bottom I have a line here. This is the Anaki mushroom. This card keeps coming through in a lot of my readings that I've been doing, but your alignment to the energy of this person will determine the timing of when they may enter your life, if that makes sense. 4 months or after 4 months. I'll see if it'll give me a strong indicator for it. Let's see. So will this person be coming in within 4 months? Within the next 4 months? And generally when I'm shuffling and the cards are not flying out, I take that to mean as like the energy is not like super strong surrounding this particular question. So to me that means things are kind of like they haven't really solidified yet. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to pull one and see. So within 4 months, what can we expect? Can we expect to hear from this person? I don't think so. But I wouldn't say that this means no either. So I got the 5 of Cups, Manatee. It says loss, hidden solutions, better times ahead. So to me, this card is kind of saying it's more of like a warning. It's like, don't be stuck in this 5 of Cups energy, because, you know, the 5 of Cups traditionally is like a card of regret, sadness, dwelling in the past, things lost, being stuck on what you don't have instead of moving forward. So I think this is more of a warning that in order to align more fully with this energy of this new person, to don't be stuck in this energy of focusing on the past and things that you've lost or you don't have, and focus more on the things that bring you joy and you have fun doing and that light you up, and that, you know, that firefly that I pulled earlier, the 6 of Wands, it allows you to appear victorious and like high energy, right? Because that's what's going to attract in this soulmate for you, right? Because if you're going to have a really good relationship with someone, then you both need to be kind of like emitting really good energies so that you can recognize each other, like authentic, true energy, like who you really are, putting that out into the world so that you can attract somebody who sees you for who you really are. That's what's going to bring you together, right? So I don't think it's saying no, it couldn't happen within the next 4 months. It possibly could, but it's going to be dependent on your energy and the steps you have taken in order to bring yourself into more alignment with such a situation. Yes, yeah. Yeah, it's a really hard lesson to learn that I have definitely been struggling with, believe me, is coming into alignment with what you want and what that means, because it's different for everybody, right? Because my form of aligning is not going to be the same as yours, is not going to be the same as this other person, you know. So it can be it can be difficult, you know. Yeah, but that's what makes it worth it in a way, because whenever it's like it gives you this fulfillment because of how difficult it is, right? Because once you finally get aligned with this thing that you want, it's like, I did it, right? Like, oh my God, I did it. So, you're welcome. I didn't really dive into these too much. I just realized. But these words may mean something to you regarding this aligning with this person that you're calling in. So just take note of them. I'm not really getting anything, any hits intuitively from them to me, so they might be more meaningful to you. Yeah, they might not now, but I'm just saying maybe you want to take note of them, like just write them on a piece of paper or something and see if anything related to a square, a bird, or treatment. And to me, treatment can mean like it's almost like it feels like a medical thing, like a medical treatment plan. That's kind of what it feels like at this moment. But yeah, just in case, if you're not interested, you know, whatever. It could just be potential future synchronicities for you. To me, synchronicities are like, they're like little check marks. They're kind of like little signposts to say like, hey, yes, you are aligning with what you desire, right? It's like whenever you notice the synchronicities, and the frequency of them and how consistent they are, it's like kind of giving you this like, yes, you are aligning with what you want. So it's good to take note of them when you notice them. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any other questions from anyone else. So if you don't have any other questions, then I might just wrap this up. Thank you. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you were able to join. Hopefully you could get something useful out of the cards, out of what Spirit wanted to say. So, but yes, thank you, and thank you everyone who watched this in the future. As always, take care of yourselves. Keep your heart open. Bye.